about your technique, how that has improved. Can you throw out some examples of how you've been able to?
I mean, that's something I talked about after the game when I talked to you guys. Each and every year, you want to improve. Just by getting your hands inside of God's chest, not letting guys clamp onto you, things like that. Your pad level, your first two steps off the ball, things like that is big, especially playing our position. If you don't get your hands in God's chest, it's bad shape. Guys try to finish you. Your hands outside, guys try to finish you. Your first step, if you step inside, the offensive lineman could cut you off, things in that nature. I have seen my game increase. And just like I talked about after the game with the transitioning to, on the play action pass, stuff like that. Get into the pocket, just that 1 second faster, recognizing if an offensive lineman, giving you a pass read, get into the pocket that 1 second faster can help, just the back end and help myself as well.
Jeff, are there any legends, former stars in the past that you've maybe tried to model your game after, or kind of take bits and pieces and kind of incorporate into your game so you can kind of take that next step?
I wouldn't say I was trying to compare my game to no one. I always, it's always great to actually watch, greats that play this game. As we know, there's a lot of greats that play my position. But my one thing I could say, like with my game, I'm constantly want to learn. Like, how can I get better each and every day? To perfect my craft. Even like I said, from my first year all the way to now, this is my third season. I'm always asking, Coach T, like, how can I do this better? How can I speed up my timing with this specific pass rush, or in the run game, stuff in that nature. So.
Higher standard now after that performance the other night?
Not just that performance. I hold myself to a high standard. Just not in the game of football, but in life. I think that's kind of how I just instilled in myself, because I'm, like I said, I want to keep climbing that ladder to be the best player I could be. I want to be one of the great that play this game. So, each and every day, each and every game, each and every practice, I want to keep, improving, try to not be perfect, but dang near, keep having disruptive games. So.
Last year you didn't make the Pro Bowl. You figure a prime time audience like that helps you this year?
My goal right now is to just keep winning the game. Everything else take care of itself. Hopefully we playing for a Super Bowl, so that Pro Bowl won't matter as much as the Super Bowl. So my goal is to win the Super Bowl.
They get Jeffery from teammates, coaches, maybe buddies that watch on TV Sunday night. What's kind of been the reaction from your Sunday night?
I mean, it's exciting, but I have a uncle who's very close to me, and one thing he said to me was, are you addicted or you hungover? And that's kind of stood out to me. His meaning was, is you still hungover from making big plays, getting 3 sacks, or do you want to be addicted to getting sacks and keep getting more and more? And so that's kind of stood out to me. That's one of the biggest things that I took away from from the Bills game until this last game. How can I keep stacking these plays? How can I be addicted to making more big plays and keep having breakout games? And just help my team win games.
Answer was to him to that question?
Oh no, I told him I want to be addicted to it. I don't want to have a hangover. So.
How have you tried to embrace, being more, stepping up as a leader this season in kind of year 3, being a captain, youngest captain for the team? Is that kind of something you take pride in, and how have you tried to set that example in the locker room?
Yeah, you have to take pride in being the leader. Your teammates, you don't get respect just by playing the game on Sundays. You respect from the way you work in practice, the way you locked in meetings, stuff like in that nature. So I just feel like I have gained that respect from my teammate to be able to lead and up front, on game day, break down the huddle. So like I said, I take a lot of pride in the way I can lead this team. I take a lot of pride in just me holding myself to a high standard so I could be able to lead. You always hear you have to point the finger at yourself, especially being the leader. So, especially even when we win, when we lose, my first thing is, how did I play? did I play good enough or something of that nature. So, just gaining that trust from my teammates is just an honor to be able to lead my team. So.
Shane gave you guys as pass rushers a lot of credit for understanding situations, knowing what offenses are trying to do. But how good of a job does he and Coach T do to put you guys in positions to be able to make those identifications?
I mean, we talk a lot, especially when it's time to rush the pass. Like this week here, we have to earn the right to rush. They put a great game plan in for third down, but if we're not stopping the run this week, it's not going. We're not going to be able to rush the passer. So I say they always giving us a great game plan. They putting each and every one in position to be able to rush together, and so I think that's just the main thing with our coaching staff. They doing their job by putting us in position, giving us the game plan, and guys like our front forward that going into the game, we executing the game plan. So.
Jeff, athletes a lot of times talk about being in the zone. Were you in the zone Sunday night? Did you feel like you were in the zone?
I always try to be in the zone. It just so happened that we was rushing together, and like I said, the sacks. So I was the one to so happen to get 3 sacks. I said the Nico had 1.5, things like that. I think all of it was in the zone. We was out there having fun. We were rushing together, and the back end was doing their part by, like the sacks. As we see the sacks, guys not open. And the quarterback have to hold the ball. And if we're not getting home, God could eventually gonna get open. So I say that just all 11 on the field doing their job.
How does a guy like Kamara do to prep for?
I don't think it's gonna be difficult to prep for him. We just gotta go out and stop the run. We have to, like Coach say, we got to limit his space. A lot of space. He dangerous in open field. We have to be able to tackle him. As you see, guys, when they play against him, they miss a lot of tackles. We need all 11 to the ball. So I think that's just the mindset. I don't think it's just real difficult preparing for him. I mean, we know what he could do, so we just got to hit him. So.
The strengths of you and Nico help one another, do you think? How do you guys play to one another's strength?
I think it's great because with Nico being, an older guy on our D-line, it's just so good to be able to see and hear some of his knowledge. On game day, on the sideline, we sitting there, okay, what you getting, what I'm getting. And I think that's the biggest strength he have, being able to rush and be effective in the run game, because he have, long arms, he could beat tight ends or whatever it may be. Then when it's time to third down, he get inside and beat the guards. It's always great to have a dominant player beside you. And on the edge, you got Harold and Bud and all them guys on the outside. So, like I said, it's always just great to have guys around you that you could build off of, that you could feed off of. So.